Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Troy Allen Galat. Welcome to Trigger Time TV. Hey shooters, in this episode Tatiana Whitlock is going to talk about how to fix malfunctions for beginners.
Hi folks, I'm Tatiana Whitlock with Trigger Time TV, and I'm joined today by Bob Biedenback of Arachnigrip. And we're going to take a look at working with brand new shooters or more shooters that have a little bit of hesitation when it comes to dealing with malfunctions on techniques to allow them to maintain safety and clarity and control of the firearm when the unexpected happens. We're going to look at a stovepipe malfunction and a double feed malfunction. So Bob, would you mind pick up this firearm right here that's set up with the stovepipe, establish a good two-handed grip on the pistol, press out on target, and we're going to simulate a trigger press. We know, obviously, we're not going to have a bang because he has this beautiful, shiny new front sight post, which is not allowing the gun to function. So the first thing he's going to do is take a deep breath and straighten his finger out along the frame. He'll then return to a compress-ready position, maintaining muzzle direction, roll the gun 45 degrees outboard so he can seat the magazine with a solid smash, reach up over the top and rack aggressively to clear that obstruction, reacquire and engage with 2 rounds. Straight finger and return to compressed ready position. Now Bob is going to clear that pistol magazine out, put that magazine down, rack, 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 is it clear? And lock the slide to the back. He's then going to duck the gun, and we'll take a look at a double feed. Now a double feed, go ahead and pick this one up right here, Bob. A double feed obviously is problematic. You're not going to have a visual obstruction or barrier. You have 2 opposing forces. You've got the spring tension in the slide and the spring tension in the magazine. So go ahead and press out, Bob, simulate that trigger press, and then straighten your finger out along the frame. We're going to follow the same protocol. Return to compressed ready position, take a deep breath, roll the gun 45 degrees outboard, smash and rack. Now sometimes that will be all that's needed. If it's not, you could try it one more time. Otherwise, we'd lock the slide back, take the magazine out, reinsert the magazine and rack it. Now if you're lucky and that works, fantastic. Sometimes being really aggressive with the gun is all the gun needs to return to a functioning state. Once he has cleared the malfunction, he'll reacquire his grip and then re-engage that target with 2 rounds. And straight finger and come back to compressed ready position. Now, if you get that lucky, fantastic. Otherwise, there are multiple ways to go about solving that problem. But again, we're talking about a brand new shooter here. So adding 17 or 18 layers of complexity isn't necessarily where we want to go with them. The key is force them to stop, to pause. You don't need to look at the gun. The gun is telling you everything it needs you to know by what's happening with that trigger. You can also take a look at the rear of the gun to see if the gun is out of battery, if you need to, before returning a neutral gun with a straight finger back to your person. Emotional control is absolutely critical when working with a brand new shooter who's unsure of what's going on. Another thing that we can do, so we'll simulate right here that perhaps the gun isn't functioning, it isn't cycling for whatever reason. Now, if Bob has no clue and is confused and unsure of what to do, and he is a new shooter, you need to give that new shooter permission to ask for help in a safe and controlled way. So what Bob will do is take his non-firing hand off the gun, come underneath his fist and hand to chest first. Then he can raise his hand up in the air. And the reason we have them do this is so that there is no chance of muzzling their hand as they go to raise their hand to ask for help. So it's from a complete grip, hand to chest underneath the pistol, or over is fine as long as you don't cross that muzzle, so we prefer underneath, and high. Ultimately, folks, it's about emotional control, which is vital for self-defense. Train in the context of your life for the fight of your life.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Bravo Company Manufacturing, B5 Systems, Sticky Holsters, Car Arms, American Tactical, Hudson Manufacturing, Silencer Co., Arachnigrip, JTAC Industries, Hornady, Kinetic Development Group, Prime One Camo, Cool, Rudy Project, and Peltor.